Hello everyone. You ever look at your knitting needles and go, wow, I wonder what it'd be like if they could disintegrate? Yeah, me neither. Until yesterday, when I happened to look upon this box of chalk and wonder what it would be like to knit with it. So that's what we're going to find out today. Pull out 2 long pieces of chalk. We're going to see how that goes. Okay, there's one piece. And there's 2 pieces. And I'm actually kind of surprised there are like 2 unbroken pieces, because I have a habit of breaking chalk pieces in half whenever I'm using them, because otherwise they squeak. I don't like the squeaking, but I don't want to break these in half. I mean, they're literally only 3 inches long, and they're kind of thick and fragile. I can't really grip it too tight. I think I can only really go with 5 stitches, and they got to be kind of loose. 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I shouldn't be using yellow chalk. Not yellow chalk. This is white chalk. I shouldn't be using yellow yarn. Let me change to a darker color yarn, because if the white chalk rubs off on the yellow yarn, we're not going to know. And I kind of want to know if the chalk is going to rub off on the yarn. So we're going to switch to blue. There we go. Oh, I don't even know if that's going to fit in there. Guess I can loosen it up. We're going to start with knitting, obviously. We know the pattern by now. Okay. Chalk is coming off on my hands at the very... Oh, yeah. The chalk is so coming off on the yarn. Thankfully, this is like washable. There you go. Part of it is also like not grasping the chalk too tight, because this is pretty fragile and we don't want to break it unnecessarily. I mean, I could have whittled down the ends of the chalk before using them to make it more of a point, to make it easier to get inside. But I thought that would have been more likely to have like transfer of chalk. Ooh. So that is our first row. You know, obviously it's a bit loose. And also there's chalk residue on it. I'm gonna purl the second row. I don't even think I have a chalkboard anymore. I always have the pavement outside. But I also didn't get this chalk to write on a chalkboard. I got this to draw on paper. Oh, chalk is getting all over my nails. Look at that. You can even see it. I mean, I typically have like a white mark on my thumbnail anyway, but yeah. Let's make one more, just to get the full effect. It's kind of dulling the edges a little bit, because knitting needles kind of rub up against each other. Oop, don't drop, don't drop. And there we have it. So theoretically, I can knit with this. I mean, look at the color of that and look at the color of the yarn. The chalk is definitely like wearing off on the yarn. I don't think I want to put that back on the skein. Fortunately, chalk is completely washable. So it's not gonna like stain this permanently. It can easily wipe off. But it's not something you want to happen to a piece of knitting that you're working on. You want all the dirt to like hold itself to the end. And obviously it's a bit loose because like it's not a good ratio for a knitting needle either, because it's too short and too thick for the proportions. If it's going to be this thick, which it's actually not a bad thickness for a knitting needle in general if you're working with like a chunkier yarn. But if you're going to have it this thick, you're going to want it at least double the length, if not triple, depending on what you're making. So that was the entertainment for today. Have a nice day.